Make sure we got good sound. I'm not going to try to spend too much time with this live. See if some of y'all jump on here real quick before I get started. Up until then, keep subscribing, keep hitting the likes, thumbs up, so we can keep being relevant out there as far as the AI stuff is concerned. Keep punching so we can stay up, so I can keep bringing you these messages. Anybody who been watching the news lately, I'm sure you've been seeing a lot about, well, maybe you haven't been seeing what's going on. Let me just put it to you like this. There's always something going on behind the scenes that if you don't dig deep enough, you're not going to see it. You're not going to find it. And if your mindset is programmed to interpret everything on a surface level with this media stuff that's going on about wars and economy issues all around the globe, this, that, and the other, you'll miss it. You'll miss the whole what's really going on under the surface stuff. So y'all know they don't show you, they never show you the real, y'all know, right? Like, I know y'all know, but what I mean by that is, even sometimes we think we got a clue as to kind of what's going on, then you get duped there too. They're going to run different levels of programming for different kind of mindsets. If they don't, it'll be too many people know what's going on and can actually do something about it maybe. But really, the topic was about this coming new currency. It could be a global currency, and it will affect currencies all over the world. If y'all haven't been keeping up with it, I'm just here to get you pointed in the right direction so you can see. You're going to see that all the stuff that you see on the news about all of these different things pertaining to the wars going on and different conflicts and how it's ramping up is because they are playing it that way. Okay, it's not a biblical thing coming true. These cats are planning this. They do it all the time. They've been doing this. They've done this before. So it's the only thing new is that we're here in the equation, as opposed to your ancestors or somebody from hundreds of years ago. But they've been doing the same routine this whole time. They just use different instruments that they input into the equation, because as the times progress, people advance a little further. So to keep up with the advancement, they got to keep those instruments revolving around. They get old, we get bored, things get tired, they get played out. You can only use something so far before it wears out. Money ain't no different. It gets phased out. It gets to be old. Okay, redundant. So what's up, Missy? So with this economy stuff, and y'all see I'm just going straight in on the topics. I'm not wasting too much time anymore talking about other stuff. But what's going on with this new currency system? So if you go back to 1940s, to World War II, study history a little bit. That's why they always say history repeats itself, right? That's because it does, on purpose. Sometimes they off schedule, and sometimes they ahead of schedule. Their schedule is not me and your schedule. They on a whole different life-living system that me and you ain't accustomed to living, because we've been told that that's like evil, that's those things are like, that's for bad people. They do that underworld kind of activity, and we're good people, so we don't participate in that. That's just because we've been programmed that way. We've been programmed to be good people. So with the economy, you've been programmed to perceive it to be this or be that. When they need to change this or that so that people don't get out of line too far, a lot of times they'll do it through, and it's historically proven on what I'm talking about. You go back and look at the 1940s, the Great Depression era, then the 19th, then the World War II. Go look at what happened right up before World War I. It's the same thing. They're changing monetary system. Somebody's fighting for control over the system. Before, during the Crusades, the Knights of the Templar and all that stuff, all those knights in shining armor movies. The main thing they were doing was always going out, killing somebody else, warring, to gain the upper hand on who would be the religious powerhouse throughout the minds of all the people in the world. So they control your mind through religion, then they control all your movement. They do that. They would be the kings over your mindset most of the time. It's no different with money systems. One power became the big powerhouse in fiat currency. So they were allowed to lead that push, or they were put themselves in that position to lead that push for this fiat currency system. Well, now that horse is tired, that horse has been running, it's been used, it's been weaponized, it's been beat up, it's been all kinds of stuff has happened to it. It's been taken off the gold standard it used to be pegged to and all kinds of things. It's another player or players on the block now that's saying enough. We done with all that. We done with y'all shooting them missiles at us through this money stuff, using the currency to, cause our landscape to be poverty-ridden and all kind of stuff. So we done with y'all. We done with that, right? So BRICS, B-R-I-C-S, that's the acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So go look up BRICS. If you haven't been keeping up with that, go look it up. What BRICS is basically an alliance of those starting countries, and now they've gotten, like, if I can remember straight, I didn't go look this up recently, but they got 53 or somewhere, 50 some other nations already applied for membership and been granted membership in that BRICS economic structure, which means they're going to have their own currency, like their own global currency that they transact business through: oil, gas, natural gas, gold, silver, whatever you transact in goods and services through. Instead of it going through the old American SWIFT system, they doing their own system to block that one out as far as them having to use it. So as this keeps picking up momentum, which it has already, if you didn't know, they've been talking about this for 6, 7 years maybe, and then it's gaining more traction. I really believe it first started with Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein. Y'all remember them two cats, right? Well, if you wasn't looking closely enough, you missed the part where Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein had actually formed an economic union, and they were going to come out with their own gold-backed currency over there in that part of the world. They were the ones who first started this thing, I believe. That's why they're not here no more. Okay? So, weapons of destruction, all that stuff. If you the biggest power player on the block, and you got the narrative running on your side of the tracks, and you got that momentum up, it's easy to tell other people that this is the bad guy, this is the good guy. And most of the people follow that. Oh, that's the bad guy. Oh, we don't like him. What y'all didn't know was them people was pushing back. Them two kings, bloodline kings, Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein, they weren't just dudes. They were actually kings, okay? They were actually bloodline kings, passed down generational stuff. All of the archives over there in Iraq, all of the documents, religious texts, they had a huge, it's almost like going up into present day Egypt, past day Egypt, which was called Kemet. And if you were to sack Egypt and take over, you would get all the rights to take all of that information that had been the secrets to how they built the pyramids, to the first Egyptians had the first documented probably open heart surgery, brain surgery and stuff. How they doing that back then? if they so stupid, right? So if you were to take over that, you would take all that. So with Iraq and them, Saddam Hussein and Gaddafi, they went in there and plundered all that stuff. They took all that stuff. So that's something you may have not known. And I'm going to get to this economic part. It ties into this information because I got to get your mind up to speed with what I'm talking about. So your brain isn't saying, that's not true. Those were evil people. I mean, everybody got some evil in them. I do, you do, everybody do. We all do crazy stuff. We do dirt here and there. You're not trying to sometimes it just come out. It's just inherently in you to do that sometimes. Sometimes you might tell a lie and wasn't even trying to, you're not a liar, but you told a little lie right there. So just people. We do stupid stuff. We're a bunch of stupid, thinking we smart, creating more stupid outcomes for ourselves basically, when we should just play like we just don't know and then we go find out. You know what I'm saying? So basically, those two cats have spearheaded a whole economic changeover on the global scene of things, right? So when they did that, there was people in power at the time that was like, oh hell, nah, y'all ain't, you ain't taking my power away. No, you're a threat. So they went and took him out. So all the while, they had us thinking, these are the bad guys. They out there destroying the world. And so we can't let them do that, so we gotta go get them. Ha ha ha, very funny. Y'all know the other MF, Eddie Murphy. Ha ha ha, very funny. That's very funny. Really, they was doing what the BRICS is doing right now. Created a whole nother system to push the current one out. So that's why you're seeing all this stuff about war and wars breaking out, because this has already been going on. And of course, they're going to tell you the side story that, it's because humanitarian crisis, people killing folk over there, evil dictator, this, that, and the other. Well, who gives one country the right to tell another country that they're an evil dictator and then go do something about it? Who gave them the right to do that? So it's more to it than what they would ever tell us is, but you got to think between the lines. You got to go get some facts about things that you don't forgot about so that you can get your thoughts right to really see kind of what's going on. They ain't gonna give us all the info, but we could at least get a better bead on things so you know how to position yourself. So August 22nd, I'm not making no dates or prediction of what's gonna happen, so don't take this video for that. But supposedly August 22nd is when the BRICS nations are gonna announce, yo, we got our system up and running and boom, let's work this. So y'all just need to know that a financial collapse doesn't mean it's just instantaneous. It can be ongoing and constantly degrading while you don't really notice it degrading until it hits the street. But it can gradually be degrading and then collapse too. Who knows? We don't know any of that information as to when and how that's going to look necessarily, but I'm sure we kind of got a brief idea based on what we think may happen. A lot of that programming is based off of movies we don't watch, so we fill in the gaps with visualization of what we've been programmed to see bad times look like and what we've been programmed to see what good times look like. Unfortunately, we've been programmed with more bad time audio-visual than we have good time. If we had been programmed with more good time audio-visual stuff in our lifetime, everything would be way more better right now. That's how it works. The thing that you visualize and focus on the most is what you attract. And the thing that you visualize and focus on the most, whether it's good or bad, you still attract. It's the same equation for either end of the spectrum. So this BRICS alliance has already been ongoing. This isn't an announcement to say, oh, we're going to start this thing. They got the system done. It's ready. It's implementable. They probably got it implemented and running over in other countries over here. Y'all know America and a lot of other countries, or if y'all wasn't up on it, get most of their fertilizer. I think Russia supplies 75% of the world's fertilizer for growing stuff. And then Russia also supplies a lot of uranium. To who? The place where you live at right now. That's who they supply a lot of uranium. What they make with uranium? Okay, kaboom, chicka, boom, boom, all that stuff, right? So, how you put sanctions on a country and all these other areas, but for that particular commodity, no sanctions? Couldn't, if that's the bad guy, why you still buying from him? So y'all gotta see this stuff. Why are you still buying from the bad guy? Or because you have to? So, how is he really the bad guy, or she, or it? How they the bad guys? When they supply you with something you gotta have so that you can then fight against them better? That don't even make sense. This is the kind of stuff you gotta start looking for in all of that commotion so you can see where things are going or trying to go. Because at some, at some point, the way that stuff looks, how they're putting it together, not me, not you. We're not the originators of putting these designs for humanity together. So we don't control those narratives. We don't even, the only thing we control is when they energize us negatively to use our energy to create those outcomes to come forward quicker for us. At the end of the day, the commodities, if they become phased out commodities, they don't need them no more. So, you plan this and you plan that to reduce your exposure, I guess. That's the way we do financial analysis. That's how they do with humanity analysis. So you gotta understand that there's groups out there, they don't view me and you and your kids and your grandchildren and your relations, they don't view y'all as nothing or me as nothing but some outdated commodities. So you better start watching out for yourself. You better start following all these stop spending your time following these YouTubers that's telling you the war is about to pop off the next day, or it's already started, fighter jets are in it. Really? Okay, that could be happening, but that's not what you need to be paying attention to. All you're doing is helping energize what's going on or what's coming towards you. You're making it happen quicker. You're making it point at you. What we need to be doing, if you're going to get into this stuff, you're only getting into this type of information, these levels, so that you can either, one, steer clear of things as best as you can, position yourself to profit from it, and three, doing both of those things, steer clear and profit from it. Outside of that, we ain't really got no time to be lending our energy to all them other areas, like going to be scared, worrying every day what's going to happen. You ain't going to never figure that out anyway. Even if everything was the greatest times of all times, the bestest times of all times, you still ain't going to know what's coming the next minute. So you better start implanting in here what you want. I'm driving till the wheels fall off, until my lights is out, till this vehicle body is done. I'm planning to thrive. I'm planning to do well with whatever I'm doing. I'm planning to have fun. I'm planning to go adventuring. I'm doing it as I'm speaking to you. I'm doing my stuff. So at the end of the day, that's what we need to be in more control of. But outside of that, just so you can position and find your way through all of this clutter, you got to kind of know what's going on. You got to know how they play. So all this war stuff, they're constantly going to, I know y'all know they lie a lot. But this is like creative lying that fits our programs that we already inherited. So it's a huge mechanism they use to keep us docile. And I don't mean if you're not docile, you out of control or something, but how do we know that we're out of control? What's out of control? Not being civil, not being, following the rules that were set about by the people who are dictating how long you get to live and what region you is profitable, which region is not. I mean, to me, it's more about how much of that can I control, and it's not a I'm God thing. I'm not trying to I'm a God. I mean, I might think I am. I might believe that I am a God, and made in the image of one. Okay, and so then I would have the characteristics of. So whatever version of that I believe in, okay, so be it. But outside of that, you have to start fashioning for yourself what exactly is the idea. What exactly is the idea behind what we're trying to do here, and what are they doing to keep us from doing it? That's really what's going on. So if a whole bunch of folks was trying to thrive and journey and be creative and adventure and not even focus on all this stuff that's going on, who's winning the war, who's not winning the war, we've become couch potato lazy to getting up and doing for ourselves. Been programmed into complacency is what's happened. So that's why I do what I do, because I found that for me, this economy thing and the way things are going, that's not what I want to happen for me personally. So can it affect me? I'm sure it can. It might be affecting me now some kind of way. But up here, it ain't affecting me. So is it really affecting me? They're going to keep throwing stuff at you. They're going to keep re-narrativizing the narrative. They're going to say, this country's losing the war. This one's gaining the upper hand. Well, first of all, for you to really comprehend what's going on, and I gotta be probably careful what I say on here, because you know they be doing all that crazy stuff. But look, that country that they say that the U.S. is behind, is fighting the war with Russia, right? Okay. They telling you that country is the one fighting the war. That's not true. That's not even halfway true. That group they in, called NATO, that's who's waging the war, using the name of that little country as a proxy, just to throw the world off or throw people that are not in the know off as to who's really fighting the war. So if you was like wondering if World War III already started, or when's it gonna start, you got your popcorn and Coca-Cola, you wonder when it's gonna start. Yo, it been done started. I'm gonna tell you this too. The highest, okay, so the biggest thing is with this whole war thing is that they are going to make sure that you don't know what's going on. They're going to spend this and spend that and spend that. The biggest war move is not the physical one. You think, and it is playing out. I spoke with some people from the region. They came in the cafe over here, and I got a chance to, one was from Russia, one was from Ukraine. So I got first-hand account on exactly what's going on. The girl showed me pictures of her apartment building damage, and her mom and dad still live there. And so she told, they doing it, but it's not like they talking about on the news. It's a lot different. Okay, it's a lot of different stuff going on. So, with that being said, they're going to keep you enthralled about all of this stuff to keep you off of it, keep your energy energizing what they're doing, and to keep you and me off the real core issues of what's really going on. So they fighting the war heavily with the economy. They've been using the dollar as a weapon for years and years and years and years. So what I think is going on is all these countries, I did get your email. I'll holler at you in a minute. I replied too, righteous daughter. All of these countries are getting tired. They've been tired. Y'all been watching what's going on in Africa? Yo, they like, get out of here. We're keeping all of our resources. You're not coming, take them no more. Yo, they going nutty over there. That's what it, yo, if you didn't know, all stuff going on in Africa, they've been plundering Africa for 200 years. Maybe longer, I don't know, 100, a couple hundred years probably. The same groups, the same nations, they've been plundering, okay? So, the people are done. You know, when the Queen died, I made that video about the Queen Elizabeth passing and what might happen, so people, all them nations are like, we ain't got to honor this agreement no more. Nah, we done with y'all. You know what? Them agreements with my father, with the old queen, she gone now. New people, we don't know them. You know what? This is the best. All them African nations is doing about face. They retaking their land. They running folks up out. They running the colonial powers up out of there. Why we poor and all the resources in the world coming out of here, out of this ground, and our ancestors for 20, 50, 100,000 years been here or longer, and then we over here suffering because these other nations that we let come visit us one day, and they brought us this little book, and we started reading the book and said, wow, this stuff is great. And while I'm reading the book, after they taught me how to read English, they over there took my land. All I got left is the book now. That's what, you know, the dude on YouTube, the black dude, he's like, that's what's happening. They just like, okay? So, they done took the stuff, now they, African nations taking it back. And as they taking it back, people in Africa getting rich. You got more billionaires popping up in Africa than ever before. Real estate, cheap. Some countries giving, I forget which one, Uganda, Nigeria, one of them, I can't remember the country. They let melanated Americans from the States, you can come relocate over there and they'll help you get your passport and everything. Give you land, give you a little help starting your business. The economy's booming up in there in a lot of spots. Of course, Africa got spots that's still desolate. Those are remnants of the colonizers coming through. All the desolated areas, that's what they do. Look at Haiti. That used to be the beautifulest country on the face of the earth. And I said earth, E-U-R-F. Used to be, some hundreds of years ago. What they do when those Aboriginal people rise up against them, once they get the upper hand, they make sure that you suffer as long as possible. They don't let you get back up because they take over your economy, take over your parliament, they install puppet leaders, they do all that stuff to make sure you don't raise your hand up at them again. And so that's why you got to look between the lines with this stuff and figure out what's going on. Because for me, it's about just live your life and try to enjoy what you can enjoy. What else you can do? You know, you suffer at the hands of other people's faults is what most of us do. And that's because of the programming that we accepted as our belief. So if your current belief is not yielding the results that you want, and that belief could be anything. Don't think the word belief just means religion. And see, that's another problem with these programs is that you say the word belief, you say the word blessing, be less in, you say the word, certain words that we just use all the time, your mind goes straight to religion. You can't even believe nothing no more without somebody else thinking you believing about religious stuff. That's how programmed the programs are. So you might have to get you a whole nother vocabulary working. You gotta unenergize certain things that's causing you to stay in the same spot you've been staying in. This economy thing and this currency thing and the new currency, it's gonna happen. I don't know when, I don't know how they implement, I don't know all the ins and outs of this, but I do know that it kind of looks like, and I kind of skip around, y'all know my thing, I just kind of jump into other topics as I go. I have no, and that probably presents a problem to the status quo person that this guy doesn't have his material together, blah, blah, blah. But at some point, they're going to create a situation that's already there where your paper money, I think globally, paper fiat currency is going to crumble. That's what I think, because fiat currency is fiat currency. Now, the only difference would be that a country that has that fiat currency joins another basket of currencies to back theirs with something tangible and saves their currency and keeps it operational. But if you're in a landmass that's not going to do that, and they're not allies with the new kids on the block or don't want to be, then it's going to present some challenging situations, I'm sure. You know, at some point, anybody, anywhere in the world could be affected by anything. So you're never out of the woods, so to speak, with, oh, I'm in the perfect place, I'm safe. You might as well get rid of SAFE in your vocabulary. Ain't no place on the earth as long as there's people moving around safe. Nowhere. Once you land on that uninhabited island, there was pristine waters, fish and beautiful animals running around. Everything's wonderful there. As soon as you land there, it's ruined. It's a wrap. It's headed down from there. So that's how we get down. That's how humanoids get down with this program. So at some point, yeah, that them greenbacks you holding on to gonna turn a little black. They're already headed in that direction. And that's not me predicting anything. That's just, they use that trick word, inflation. Y'all know what that really means, right? Or are they still tricking? Inflation is while we're telling you these are the reasons why everything costs so much, we forgot to tell you that word really means your money keeps depleting, keeps going down in value. It ain't got nothing to do with the goods, cost of goods, oh, it keeps going up. Nope. That means your money keeps losing value, can't keep up with the cost of the goods on the production side. So once you figure out what's going on and how they do this, you can better arrange your affairs to accommodate you better versus, you know, other people or other situations. That's what I try to do. Everything I do, is it going to work? I have no idea. I have no idea. But what I do know is that I want to govern my own narrative, my own idea of me being here and what I want to do here. So with that, everything else needs to line up with that and follow that. Instead of me chasing something to get it, to do what I want, I'm doing what I want, even if it's a small amount of what I want, until the thing follows me and gives me the resources to fully do it. That's what my only suggestion would be. And I've been, if you want to call me a preacher, praise our servant manager, so we can hurry up and get this fried fish and spaghetti dinner out the shop. Yo, I can joke like that because I grew up in that. So anybody get butthurt about me talking about child stuff, another channel. Bye-bye. Look, run your own narrative. Run your own ops. Focus on doing that. Focus on being happier. Focus on in the day doing something you want to do with that time. Instead of listening to them in your head, in your ear, in your head all the time, force you to have to be on the defensive all the time. You know what I'm saying? Force you to back up all the time and got to get prepared for, yeah, get prepared. Maybe interchange that word with, I'm geared to go thrive. Instead of, oh, prepared sounds so emergency ridden, sounds so, makes you anxious. You trying to get stocked up. Nah, how about I'm just doing my journey? I'm adventuring. I'm investing in stuff now before the dollar goes down further so I can buy it cheaper. Instead of, oh, I'm prepared for the end of the world. I got to hurry up and mess around and stroke out before the end of the world gets here. If the end of the world is coming, but what's there left for any of us to prepare for anyway? It's not going to be the end of the world per se. It might be the end of a system, which could be called or phrased the world, but they're going to put it, there'll be another system and another system and another system and another system. They'll just keep systemizing systems you know, you won't be here, I won't be here, but all this stuff starts taking place. It's not as dreadful as it may appear, but when you don't position correctly for anything, it can be a little bit more negative situations that play out for you versus positives that could have played out. Y'all hold on too tight to something, nothing else can come in. You hold your bag too tight. When you say on the street, hold that bag, they got your money in there, okay? You hold that bag too tight, you can't get nothing else in the bag. If some increase comes, you can't get it. So, try to relax, try to meditate. The way I look at it is, if I'm going to go out of here, do I want to go out of here in a panic-stricken, running from the zombies state of mind, or do I want to go out of here like I just sit back, sip on this drink, and go peaceful? Which one? You actually have a choice. Whatever you meditate on day and night, that's in a biblical text. Whatever you meditate on day or night, that's what you get. Is it 100% foolproof? No. But I'd rather get 50% than zero of better. I'm sure you would too. If there's a 50% chance of rain, more than likely that happens. So I need 50% more chance of positivity occurring in my life. That's what I'm looking at. Just wanted to put you up on game a little bit with the scenery stuff, this little magical. They like to keep creating around us, puppeteer world, ventriloquist world, plastic world, and just relax, take it easy, get a break, get your mind straight, get your mind fashioned according to what it is you're trying to do here while you're here. Figure that out first, then get on your racehorse and start going in that direction. Otherwise, you're going to be in retreat mode, run for the hills mode, get your gun mode, protect your house mode, do exactly what they want you to do mode, eliminate some of the static they consider to be static, you know. Anyway, I'm going to stop right there. I think that's enough to digest. I might read a couple of these real quick like I tend to do at the end. I'll see what's up with everybody. Shout out to everybody on here. Somebody asked me let's see what is that major. How long do you think this currency will take over completely? Do you think we will still have time? You always have time and options available in, around, and through something as long as you got air in your body to breathe. So that's number one. Don't think everything is a death blow. Like, if you woke up one day and all your money whatever money, you got $5 or $5 million, end up being worth nothing, okay, what other resources do you already have? What mental resources do you have to go still survive? So, if you don't have none, consider getting some. Like when I first started doing the channel and I was talking to prepper stuff, how to sleep in a tent, how to rough it stuff, did nobody want to come out. Did nobody want to come pay the money, and then I put them in that environment and let them rough it out in a nice tent, close to civilization, but in the woods, and let you rough it out for a couple of days. I had a couple of takers on that. Everybody else just talking and walking. So I put those things out to assist people where everybody want to look at the money. Oh, how much? That's $400 to do that. So now that's looking pretty good if you knew how to rough it, because if the lights go off and you don't know how to keep warm, or you don't know how to create more shelter or use items in your house as security items, stuff like that, then now that's looking pretty attractive to have that knowledge, because at the end of the day, knowledge outplays everything. Now, wisdom then outplays knowledge, 10 to 1. What's the difference? Knowledge is knowing. It tells you in the word, knowledge, knowing. I have knowledge on a subject or subjects. Wisdom attained means I've been using it and gaining experience in those areas. I can do it. I already know that. I got confidence. That's the difference. Stop dealing with a lot of people that got knowledge. Find the people that do stuff they talk about. They have wisdom. They have experience. They can teach you that. So then you got inherent commodities built in here that you can use out there as resources. So if the money changeover thing, my whole reason for going into that, yeah, you do have time. Time, as long as you got, I told you, as long as you got breath in your body and you moving around and able to do stuff, you got time. Don't put a time limit as if you don't have time on yourself, because then you will create that situation for yourself. So you always have time. As long as you're here, you got time. In the middle of rockets coming down, you got time to move. You got time to get shot. You got time. So don't let your mind take you somewhere through them programs they put in there that you can't get out of. Keep your mind open and start planting in there the seeds that you want this life to produce. That's how you get the time to maneuver the way you want to maneuver. Move the way you want to move. All right, cool. Let's see. What up? Hello, Major. Glad to see you doing your thing. So many still don't get it. Keep. My friend Pete. Oh, that's what's up. Thank you. Ian Ravenel. Oh, thank you. Maserati boss. That's what's up. Love. Much love. Righteous daughter. I did get your email. Why didn't you reply back? Kaz Rilla. It's a little more nuanced than that, though, Major. I agree. But how can I put more nuance in here on this quick live, Kaz? Write me up something. I'll read it. Y'all know I don't read scripts. This is coming off the dome. I'm like a old school battle rapper. I just go at it. So it might be more nuanced, but in between the lines, this is what's going on. I'm never speaking exactly the thing that's going on in detail, like the picture of the thing. What I'm speaking is the concept. If you don't understand concepts, you can't apply them to different areas of life and get a good outcome for yourself, because you're being programmed and everything you're producing is from the program that you run up here. So to break some of that down, I got to just be like this. If I go all metaphysically speaking and get into other subject matter and start getting all scientific, and people ain't ready for all that. So, okay, things look bad. How can we make it good? Your day is dark. How we get the lights on? That's where I'm coming from. Okay, so that's how I get down. Y'all know that's how I get down. What else on here? But I appreciate the comment. Hyperinflation will be here soon enough, possibly, but that means it ain't here right now, so you got time to do something about it, right? Don't sit back waiting for it. Start taking care of your stuff now. Trying to stack silver, but it's hard. It ain't hard. Just do it. Take out the word try. Every time you get one coin up, yo, you're good. Survival buzz. Don't try nothing. Just do it. That's it. Don't even try. Don't even use the word try. We're not trying to breathe. We're breathing right now. If you get into trying to do, you having problems. Every nickel, every buffalo nickel more you get of pure silver, that you up. Okay, so it ain't that big a deal. Just keep popping. I'm not gonna get into a lot of prep and stuff, because this was about the economy and the world stage kind of talk. But maybe on another vid, y'all can go over some of my old videos, go back about 6 months, prepper stuff all up in them videos. Y'all can go up and see. I talk about water, I talk about food store, I talk about how much, having money, if you're gonna have some cash in the house, I'll give you a tip if you ain't never heard of this. Go in there to the bank while you can and get a bunch of ones. Get hundreds of dollars in ones and fives. Don't stack up on hundreds and fifties. Something crazy happened and people can't give you back change. You're gonna lose your bag trying to buy stuff that you need maybe in a crisis, because you ain't got no change. You gave somebody $50 for something that costs $5. I ain't got no change. You want it or not? Yeah, I need that loaf of bread. Okay, well, you just lost some money. So that's a little tip. prepper stuff, I'm finished with that right now. All right, that was the tip of the day. Not the first time, Great Depression, another wealth extraction event. Absolutely, Casville, that's what's going on. They extract your wealth. Normally, they do that through inflation. Then they kick off a war while they got you twisted. Economically, got you suffering. Then they kick off a war to relay the foundation for their next system that's already ready to go into play, but they're going to make it hurt. I made a video about that way back when. They about to make it hurt. I thought I was joking. They can hurt you if you got that program in your mind and you keep skipping to their program drumbeat. If you change your program, they can't get to you as good. That's all I can say. Richard Bird, what's up? Ethiopia in the house. Major dropping. Oh, Jules, okay. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Journey, thank you, Major. You're welcome. Yes, yes. Survival buzz, knowledge is power. Wisdom comes with time. Been there, done that is wisdom. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, y'all check them two scenarios out. Knowledge, wisdom. Whatever you're learning how to do right now, start doing it. Like I said before, don't try, just do it. What you're afraid of? The thing that you should be more afraid of is time. We all on the ticker. Everybody that's got the humanoid body, you're on the ticker. It's degrading constantly. Whatever you're gonna do, do it. What you waiting for? What you waiting? Well, I'm trying to piece this. Okay, you're gonna be piecing more pieces together the longer you keep prolonging, pulling the trigger on what it is you're supposed to be pulling the trigger on. Oh, it's easy for you, Major, because you're overseas. You don't even know my journey. So I don't even want to hear it. Y'all don't know what I've been through. And if I go into details about my life, you're going to be a sad puppy. You're going to be like, feeling sorry for me. I ain't going there no more. That's in the past. I'm done with that. I've attained wisdom from it, and now I use it. I don't try to make live videos. I do it. I don't try to open cafes. I did it. I'm doing it. I don't try to start businesses in other countries. I do it. That's the difference between it getting done and not. So whatever situation you in, the time for excuses been over with, but okay, stop it. I'm gonna try to lose some weight. Stop it. I'm gonna try to work out. Stop it. You fooling yourself. You better be telling yourself, I'm doing it. I don't care if it's 5 push-ups. I'm doing it right now. That's what you need to be on. That's the kind of juice it's gonna take to get you through these crazy times. It's been crazy. They was just withholding a lot of the crazy systematically, but now that the system breaking down, there's no reason for them to keep holding or withholding for what? You're like, oh, you want cake? Okay, it's cake. Eat the cake then. This is some nasty cake. Got all that icing on the outside, but y'all can have cake. You want cake? Here's the cake. So that's all I got to say. I hope everybody, remove that word. I know everybody gonna get up there and did what they need to did. There's 42 of us in here. Watch this. I'm gonna show you how we doers. It's 42 of us. We only got 30 thumbs. Let's go ahead. Everybody just blast the thing. Let's run that number up. Why? Because we're doers. Right? If we doers, let's do it now. I didn't tell y'all to all send me $1,000 a piece. Y'all be jumping out your skin if I do that. But we can click the thumbs up, right? See how many of you doers out there are really doing it. You don't need to convince me. You need to convince yourself you're a doer. And you're not a trier. I know there's not such a word in the English book. I'm a good trier. Nah. But that's what we got to remove out of our program is the word try. I'm trying. No, that's a cop-out. I'm doing is what you got to replace it with. All right, y'all. Let me see if these numbers run up real quick. See if y'all doers is out there. See what's hot. What's hot out there on the street. All right, I'm going to count it down from 10 to 0. If you ain't got 43 thumbs up by the time I get there, you're not a doer. You're tricking and fooling yourself, not me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, I'm tired, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's 10 non-doers out there. The other 37 is y'all lit. Y'all on fire. Okay, now it's 9. We might get it up. Oh, there, 39. Okay, here we go. Maybe it was just a lag in the transmission. Y'all coming. Here you come. But yo, y'all doers, not triers. So whatever it is you're out there doing, keep doing it, but do it more. Whatever makes you happy, let me take that back. The things that are positive that make you happy, do it. Okay? Do your thing. I'm gonna get off here. We almost there. We need 4 more. I'm gonna hold it open. I'm gonna hold it open. DJ, please pick up your phone. I'm on the express line. Okay, all right, here y'all come. All right, that's what's up. Yeah. This is the Doers channel. That's why it's limited numbers. You can be proud of yourself knowing that you're engaged with the real Doers channel. Major. All right, that's what's up. See, Marie, I knew you was gonna laugh at that. DJ, please pick up that. That ain't even Missy Elliott, but we'll just say Missy Elliott. Yeah, Timberland, Missy Elliott, that's what's up. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks, Miss E. Thanks, C. Marie, for moderating. Y'all go do what y'all do. Ain't nothing left to do but what you gonna do. Just Major, signing off for another kind of cool video. Come back and hit them comments after this video post. Appreciate you. Other people need to see them comments. Peace.